A State of Trance.
So the first question is from Stefan Metcalf. How did you come up with the title The Other Shore for the album?
Actually, that's a really easy question because the album name is The Other Shore, and the track we did with Aruna called The Other Shore. That's a vocal track, and in the lyrics it has The Other Shore. As soon as we finished the track with Aruna, we loved it so much, we have to name the album after the track. And then we started to construct the whole idea of the album and everything on the track.
The next question comes from Arpan Petal. Who are some of the new producers, DJs that you're most excited for right now?
I'm very happy to see the trance scene, like a lot of new names, young people interested in this sound, and a lot of them like are from not the normal, like the usual countries. Like you see, like people here from Egypt, from Ukraine, Russia, from Latin America. You know, the Netherlands, not like before. But actually, there's a lot of also new talent from the Netherlands, which is quite refreshing. You know, Neptune Project from the UK, Hazem Biltagi, Seri and Nina, Mohammed Raga from Egypt, Seri from France, Ahmed Rommel from Jordan. There's a lot of people. I don't want to name just a few of them. Like Ian Sanderwick and Reorder. Most of the guys on the SSE that are my favorite guys. Anyways.
Next question comes from Youssef Yadalla. How do you think Arabic music and culture has influenced your style of trance?
Well, we were influenced by Oriental music in many ways. We don't do many tracks that has Arabic influence, but when we do it good and right.
The next question comes from Sean Takahashi. Besides trance, what are your personal favorite genres to listen to at home or on the go?
Chill out music, soundtrack. I think this is like the favorite style of music I would listen to in my car or at home, relaxing. I love chill out music. Actually, me and Ali, we both love the soundtracks and chill out music, and we actually, let's give you a world premiere. Yeah?
Okay.
We're working on a full chill out album.
No way. That's a nice group right there. And this one comes from Joanne Anissa. Your latest track, In My Mind, is quite different compared to the other ones. What has inspired or encouraged you to explore these sounds, and what are your thoughts on the feedback you have received so far on this track?
Well, the idea first we did in our last album, Quite Storm, we did the track Lily with Karim Youssef from Egypt. He's a great singer, he's a great vocalist. We worked on Lily, and the feedback we got last year from this track on Quite Storm was huge. So we said definitely we're going to make a new track with him. But this time we didn't want to repeat the same thing, the same idea. So we got another talent, May Hassan. He's a singer also in Egypt. She has an amazing voice, and we work together with all of them. That's one of the reasons, like I said before, we want to do this kind of album, like full-on chill out and soundtrack kind of track.
So that's something we're going to hear in the future. The next question is from Alejandro Zamora. Is there any track you never get bored of playing in your own sets?
Lost Language. It's one of our biggest tracks, and so far never played it and didn't get a goosebump from it during the set. I always get goosebumps from it.
And I'm pretty sure everybody in the crowd does as well. The next question comes from Chris Gunnell. Controversial, but you guys were the first who opened the door for others. But did you find it hard in the beginning bringing this brand of music to a country in the Middle East? More than the normal world you experience when you're doing things?
I think he means like how hard was it to this area, you know, where it wasn't big at all.
Yeah.
And there was nothing, there was no producers. So I think, it was very hard. Ali and me, we had to learn everything the hard way. We had to learn things from scratch. You know, YouTube, and you get like, you want to know how to do this or that, or how to produce a track or whatever. But we did it, Ali and me, and we were working so hard. And thanks to guys like Armin and Paul Van Dyke and Seri yes, all these guys who helped us in promoting our music. People here in the region saw the success we had, and we began to inspire them.
And since you were pretty much a pioneer, how did you get in touch with this kind of music?
I used to travel a lot when I was a kid with my father, because he had work everywhere, like meetings and stuff like that. Also, my brother started as a DJ. He was kind of like doing DJing, a fun thing for his friends, and he was always also traveling a lot. So he was always getting CDs, mixed compilations and so on. And also Ali and me, we used to hang out together as friends, listening to the music and so on. We didn't used to hear this on the radio or anything in Egypt, So we started following those artists. I remember catching Seri Trance at the very beginning, listening to the music and so the same with the radio show from Poland, and the other guys,
And now you have your own successful radio show that a lot of people listen to right now. Future Sound of Egypt, of course. And the next question is one that came in a lot, and we picked one from Michael Casey. He's asking, do you miss having Ali next to you in the DJ booth while you're playing your gigs nowadays? And how did the back-to-back story start with John O'Callaghan?
Well, for sure, I miss Ali while playing, because I would love to see the direct feedback from the crowd to our music, because it's not only me who does the music, we both do the music, and I think he misses that part, Hopefully one day he will be able to get back to the parties and the events and everything, hopefully one day. Doing the back-to-back with John O'Callaghan is amazing, because I love sharing the DJ booth with someone. It's more fun.
When was the first time you came together with John and you were like, hey, I really want to do this together with you?
It didn't come like me asking John or John asking me. The guys from God's Kitchen, they were closing the Club Air in Birmingham, so they were doing like the last event. They asked us, we have one spot left, why don't you guys share it and do it as a back-to-back? And we said, okay, let's do it for fun. And after we finished, we were like, wow, we enjoyed that so much. Me and John, we said, like, let's do it again for sure. And then started from there.
The next question comes from Clyde Diaz, and he's referring to the birth of your little son, of course. And he asks, how does your young Najib react to your music?
He loves it, actually. Since he was still not born yet, to me and my wife make him listen to some music. And he started always moving inside, And then afterward, when he was born, as soon as he listens to music, he becomes happy, He's laughing, smiling. So it seems he likes trance.
Okay, the next question comes from Den Va Wanshaus. How has this year been different from the years before in your career?
2014 was a big year. It was hard for me because I was traveling most of the time, too much hard work, finishing a lot of new music and so on, It was hard work, but I think it's worth it. I'm enjoying it so much.
And it's a good bridge to the next question that comes from Bob Vroom. He asks, where do you see yourself as an artist in 5 years from now?
In 5 years from now, possibly Aly Fila, doing the music we love, which is trance music, and keeping it alive and trying to make it bigger and bigger as much as we can. That's how I see in 5 years.
Tell us something interesting about one of the tracks of your album. And I just wonder, because what I see, a lot of people request Running for State of Trance that has been the biggest track of the album. Maybe tell something about that track. How did it come together?
The start of the idea was like, maybe let's do the anthem of SSOE 350. This was the plan at the beginning. And then the idea for Running, and me and Ali started working on it. We thought about the track, I think, will be even bigger with the vocals from Sue McLaren. So we contacted Stefan Massa and Sue McLaren to write the vocal line. And then as soon as we got the vocal, we finished the track, and it was like, wow, this track is really good. And we sent it straight away to Armin for his compilation also and everything, and Armin took it.
And which track from the other show was the most difficult to make? Because right now you say that you worked with Reorder and Standaway and Sue McLaren. So is it difficult to have so many people working on the same project? Or was there another track on the other show that was even more difficult to make?
No, I don't want to say there was one track that was really hard to work on, because we were very lucky with this album. Thing was going very smooth. Didn't have any this kind of moments where oh, I don't know how to get from there. I'm stuck in this part. It was never like that. And as you see, we did the album in 1 year. That's it.
So the other show was an easy album to make. So the next question comes from Vivian Brandt. She has one simple question. What's your favorite all-time trance track?
I would say definitely For an Angel from Poland. This one of the tracks that really got us so much into trance. The first time I heard it was in a club in Berlin, was in Poland, and he played that track. I didn't know it before. I was blown away. So
the next question is from the officer, and he's wondering who's on top of your wish list to get together in the studio with?
Definitely Armin van Buuren. I would love to do, me and Ali, we really wanted this since a long time. So here we are now on the City of Trance. Armin, come on, man, let's do a track together.
The last question comes from Katie Corey. Do you have any tips for younger or new artists?
Believe in yourself, believe in the music you like and you love, because you will never be a successful artist if you don't believe in the music you make. That's 100%, I'm sure about that. And don't follow all the hype about any kind of or genre of music. Just do what you believe in. Even if you're not the best music composer or producer, you can reach a lot if you really believe in what you're doing.
Very true. And last but not least, do you have a message for the listeners of A State of Trance?
A big hi and a big thanks to all the listeners of State of Trance, because you guys are one of the reasons where we are now, you know. Like all the listeners from the State of Trance since the beginning, since we played the first time in the State of Trance 300, that was the start of Aly Fila in a way, you know, as a brand. Big thanks to Armin van Buren, big thanks to you, Ruben Duran, and all the team of State of Trance.
And I'm pretty sure we'll see you at the State of Trance 700.
Can't wait for that, man. That's always one of the biggest things every year for us.
Download the weekly official podcast on astateoftrance.com. Or check Listen Again to the full episodes on ArminRadio.com.